Welcome, everyone. Had a little glitch trying to go live there, but we're here now. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to day 25. We only have 5 days left, but work is so much fun. And it's so revelatory. It's so transforming. I'm getting feedback that people are really enjoying it. So that's a good thing. Today we're going to be speaking truth in relationships without guilt. So that's tough for some of us, you know? We're talking about something that really can feel both liberating and terrifying, and that's speaking truth in relationships. But we have to get good at it. We have to get clear in our communications. For many of us, this is where shame tries its hardest to keep us quiet. It's saying in our head, don't rock the boat, don't upset anyone, just keep the peace. But silence is not peace, it's suppression of who you truly are. If you can't speak who you truly are, that's suppression. Real peace, real intimacy in relationships only grows where truth is spoken with love, with love. Always, always choose love. That is my motto. So, shame makes us believe that honesty is dangerous, that if we speak what we really, really feel, we'll lose love, friends, safety, belonging, all kinds of things that we worried we're going to lose. So we edit ourselves. We shrink our truth to fit someone else's comfort zone. We say yes when we mean maybe. We smile when something hurts. Yikes. We apologize for existing too loudly. That's one I've been told my whole life. It's hard to imagine, but it's true. Every time we do that, we abandon a small part of ourselves. And this is probably why I love this work, because I'm always calling back in my real authentic self, because it was so dampened down when I was a young person. Here's what's radical: truth and empathy can coexist. It's not either or. It's not speak up and hurt someone or stay quiet and keep the peace. You can say, I love you, and this is my truth. Does that sound odd to you? If it does, the shame work is probably making an impression because it is true for a lot of people. Both can be true in the same breath. You can say, I love you, and this is my truth. And you can speak it clearly. Avoiding hard conversations doesn't protect us in relationships. It quietly erodes them, right? We lose those people eventually that we're not honest with because we can't be honest with them. Because the truth doesn't disappear just because it's unspoken. It leaks out through things like feeling resentment, fatigue, creating a distance between yourself and other people, friends in particular. This happens a lot to friendships. When you choose honesty, even gentle honesty, you choose connection over performance, over appearances. You bring your authentic voice into the space between you and the other person without collapsing into guilt or defensiveness. You learn to stand in your truth and stay connected through compassion. Here's what that might sound like in practice. Instead of saying, I'm fine, you say, actually, I feel hurt when this happened. Instead of swallowing your frustration, you say, I need some time to think about that. Instead of waiting for someone else to notice, you say, this is important to me. And that's all that matters. This is important to me. These are very small sentences, but they carry tremendous energy for you, for your expression, for your being, your capacity to be in a moment. Because every time you speak your truth with kindness, your nervous system learns something new. I can be honest and safe at the same time. I've noticed neuroscience is a big word on social media these days, and the young people really relate to it. And it's very true. You can rewire your nervous system. That's how we unlearn things like guilt. Guilt tells you that honesty is selfish. Truth says honesty is sacred. Truth says honesty is sacred. And there's a way to speak truth that honors both you and the other person. It's not about being right, it's about being real. It's not about confrontation, it's about clarity. It's not about proving a point, it's about opening a path. I love those distinctions. One of the most beautiful things you can say is, here's what's true for me right now. It's not an attack, it's not an argument, it's an offering. You're saying, I trust this relationship enough to bring my whole self into it. And that's how intimacy deepens. That's how we move from performance to presence. So, here's our reflection part. Take a deep breath. Think of one relationship in your life, past or present, where you hold back your truth. For me, that was always my mother because I didn't want to be angry. Who is it for you? Maybe it's a partner, parent, friend, or even a colleague, work colleague. Maybe you've been afraid to disappoint them. Maybe you've been carrying an old belief that keeps you quiet because it feels safe. What would it sound like to speak truth there? Not with anger, but with clarity and kindness. Imagine saying, here's what's true for me. What would those words be? What is that truth? How would your body feel if you were able to say that? Would you feel relieved or lighter? Truth doesn't always make things easier, but it always makes them cleaner. And clarity is one of the purest forms of love. So don't be afraid to speak your truth. Okay, so today, here's an empowerment exercise for you. If you're working in your journal, let's do this one. Today, practice saying this phrase out loud, even if it's just yourself. Here's what's true for me right now. We just did it. Keep going for the day. Say it slowly. Feel it in your body. What's true for you right now? Are you even paying attention to what's true for you right now? This is an important exercise to do. You want to always be in touch with what's going on inside of your being in terms of your connection to your authentic self. Notice what happens as you ask that question. Here's what's, or you make that statement. Here's what's true for me right now. Notice what happens. Maybe your heart opens. Maybe your shoulders drop and relaxes. That's your body recognizing alignment, right? It's centering in on the target, centering in on the centering of who you are. You feel ready. If you feel ready, use it in a real conversation today, even a small one with somebody else. You don't have to reveal everything at once. Just start simple. Just start with, I need rest, or I don't agree with that, or that hurt my feelings, or I want something different. If any of those feel frightening to you, start with those. Each time you respond with this method, with this clarity, with this authenticity, you're reclaiming your voice and you're strengthening that bridge between truth and your relationships. Take some practice. Speaking truth with grace is a lifelong practice. It takes courage to stop editing yourself for approval. But as you do, you'll notice that your relationships become more authentic. They become more relaxed. They become more real. You stop performing and you start relating. That's what relationships are supposed to be about. So, I hope that was beneficial for you. Heavy sigh. It always feels like we get into the juicy of it and then we go off and do our practices. I hope you're enjoying those at home. Tomorrow we're going to talk about one of my favorite transformations, actually, how to turn your triggers into teachers. This is a skill you have to have. It's an important one. Because the next time something lights you up or shuts you down, you'll know how to use it to grow instead of to spiral. Okay? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening to the replays if that's where you're coming in from. Please you leave your comments and questions here. Go to the Shiro's Journey. Join the group. This is where we do the work. And it's free. Hope to see you tomorrow.